It's the match preview, Manchester United versus West Ham, and the opportunity knocks again for United to make a real push for them Champions League places. Some interesting updates as well from Rúben Amorim's press conference. A big shout out to everyone that likes, hypes and subscribes to the channel as well. Kick us off with your thoughts going into this one.
Well, going into this one, it's my belief that we must go on a run of wins, starting with the West Ham game, for us to have any chance. Now, it's my belief that if we win the 3 games, we will have a chance to get in the Champions League, because it will give us a springboard. But we've got to win the next 3 games. And West Ham, it's a must-win game.
Yeah, you've always been adamant, though, even in the summer before the league started, that you thought United had you were looking more at 8th place finish this season. So what is it about these next run of fixtures that would change your mind?
Well, West Ham, they're conceding goals like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. And if you can't score against West Ham, then you've got problems. And if you look at the game on Monday, what's coming up, Wolves, they've got a worse record for conceding goals. United have to take the 3 points. There's no ifs or buts. If they fail, right, you've no chance. I'm telling you, there's no chance of Champions League football or European football. We have to get the points on the table. We have to get a gap. We can't be left behind going into this winter period now. Yeah,
James Carey in the chat says he's glad Cunha is back. We have missed him badly. But like I said earlier on, some interesting updates coming out from Amorim's press conference, and the main one was, which I think will have everyone talking, is it says we have 2 doubts for the game. I will not tell you today because we will change the way we're going to approach the game versus West Ham. Let's see if they can play tomorrow. So it sounds like these 2 players are major players for Manchester United in the starting 11.
It sounds like these are the 2 players what dictate the play, and that's a big worry. I just look at it and think to myself, who could he really mean? I mean, there's people out there already talking about it, and I've got to look at Bruno, and I've got to look at Mbeumo. That's how I look at it. They're the 2 major doubts. The way we play, we've got the forward line there with Mbeumo, vital to this team. Said to is the best player at the moment this season. And then you look at Bruno, he puts him in that position, and he's vital for Rúben Amorim's system because he wants the ball to go through Bruno all the time. So for me, I think it's them 2, and he won't reveal the names, and we'll only find out an hour before kickoff when the team sheet comes out. So for me, that's a bit of a worry. He tried to describe it as though he didn't want to let West Ham know he's got problems.
Yeah, let's hope it's not the likes of Matthijs de Ligt as well. Hopefully it's not Martinez, who's possibly had a setback or not. So fingers crossed with that one. But let us know what your thoughts and opinions are. And if you do get any updates as well after we've finished this video, get it in that comment section. Squire7618 from our members club. We need to win these next few and not slip up when other teams do. And, you know, a few results last night went in our favour, I thought.
Yeah, a few results went in our favour, and I'm sure a few will go in our favour tonight. But that's what I'm expecting. It's an up and down season for lots of teams at the moment. And like I say, stop-start season with them international breaks. But what it is, to get 9 points out the next 3 games, you've got to say to yourself, we should be in the top 4, because other teams will drop a point here and there. And this is the best chance for United to go on a run. I mean, we're coming up to like another game where we can win back-to-back games. Well, we've got to go on and win another 3. So for me, I just look at it and think, you have to put a marker down. And what it is, it'll give confidence to the team and everything else. And I talk about confidence. Scoring goals will give the team confidence. And there's no better opportunity than West Ham, because they are just in disarray after playing a nondescript game against Liverpool. They were abysmal. So for me, everything points to a big win against West Ham tomorrow.
Also a good chance as well to put that mess against Everton behind us at Old Trafford and start getting on a winning run back at Old Trafford as well.
Well, you talk about putting that Everton game behind you. I look at it a lot more. I think we've dropped 7 points recently with the 2 draws against Forest and Spurs, and obviously the diabolical result against Everton. Maybe some people will say, well, we could have drawn 1, not won it. So for me, 7 points, 5 points we should be in the top 4 because there was opportunities there. And I'm telling you now, we cannot afford to lose this opportunity by getting 9 points. Bournemouth are in a poor run. They're on the 15th of December. So I look at West Ham. I'll tell you what, there will be hell to pay if United don't beat West Ham.
Yeah, just going into the live chat, Squire7 from our members club says Bruno looked like he took a knock the other day against Palace, and it just refreshed my memory as well, which I'm sure a lot of you will remember. Late on in that game, he was actually holding his hamstring, wasn't he?
Well, that's the thing. That's what makes me worried. That it's Bruno, and he's really worried, Rúben Amorim. So for me, if Bruno, I mean, very, very rare you see Bruno come out, but it was a worry when you seen him hobbling with a few minutes to go the other day against Crystal Palace. So I think that's the major doubt. And I think it could be Mbeumo as well.
I will get on to more from Amorim's press conference shortly. Peter Lemans says, forget Champions League football. The top 8 would mean punching above our weight. Come on, United.
Well, it's not about forgetting about Champions League football. Fans don't forget about it. You want the best for your club. And the way to get your best for your club is to go and win the games. But like I say, if we don't win these games, then clearly we won't deserve Champions League football because the next 3 games, the teams are there to be had. And if United want to be in the Champions League football, they have to go on a run and put themselves in a position. That's what I'm saying. If we win the 3 games, doesn't mean I'm saying we're going to get Champions League football. I'm saying it puts us in a position to challenge and be up there and to fight and to get the confidence to go forward.
Jam United said there's no reason for us to get that Europa League spot at least. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions are on where you think United should finish come the end of the Premier League season. But Amorim also spoke on Leny Yoro. You give some good and some positive support for Leny yesterday, like a lot of yous out there in the community. And after that, when he conceded the penalty against Palace and he was also subbed off, he said, I spoke with him because he makes a mistake and then he struggles. He wants to do everything so well. He's growing with games and setbacks. It's not easy for a young guy. He knows it wasn't his best game, but he did come out with some positive support for him.
Yeah, when Leny Yoro come off, he showed that he was disappointed. But like Rúben Amorim said, it showed that he cared. He's a young man. He's learning his football. He's getting better, and he has to improve. But he didn't just say Yoro has to improve. The whole team has to improve.
Yeah, obviously good news as well with Cunha back in after missing the last 2 games. Sesko and Maguire are still out at the moment. Will we see him for the Wolves game or possibly the Bournemouth game? But he was talking about Matthias Cunha as well, and it's something we were discussing yesterday about our expectations for Cunha. And he said he has more levels to go. He's at a different club now, different pressure. He was struggling because he was not scoring. He was thinking too much about the numbers, but the influence he has in the team is important to us. And I think we can all see that when he plays.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he has been affected by the international breaks. He will get better. And the only way to put it right is getting him on the pitch. So for me, he's a definite starter against West Ham. And to score goals, he has to be on the pitch. So for me, Mason Mount, unfortunately, if the situation is there that Cunha is on the pitch, then Mason Mount, for me, goes to the bench. I always said it was going to be very, very difficult for Mason Mount to get a regular start in place.
Let us know what your opinions on that is. Should Mason Mount keep his place after getting on the score sheet against West Ham, and then Cunha possibly coming off the bench? But let us know what you think in the chat. Urban Bars thinks Mainoo and Mount should start on Thursday. Jam United says young players can't grow without making them mistakes.
Listen, there's always mistakes in any player. We know that. But the media just goes at Man United players like they do. We all know that. We know what it's about. I just look at the team tomorrow night and I say to myself, is it really about the team? No, I don't think it is about who plays, who starts the game. I think the main issue is how we go about the start, and we have to be on the front foot. That's what I'm more worried about. We need to be on the front foot. West Ham will play deep. Like I say, Paqueta, he's out. He's suspended. He's their best player, I think. So for me, United have to be on the front foot and take it to him and not be passive. That's my biggest worry. with United over the last month, where I've seen sort of like slow starts or slow during the game and that. We have to grab this by the throat and just ram it down their throat. So for me, United, just keep on the attack, keep on the front foot. Got nothing to worry about here. I'm telling you, we've got nothing to worry about. Well, we shouldn't be worrying about it, but knowing all the fans, we will be worrying about it.
Yeah, we've chatted Bowen. He looks like the one who shoulders all the creative and goal-scoring responsibilities. So, if you keep in quiet, you've got a very good chance.
Well, he's got all the pressure on him. He's the captain, and I don't think he should be captain because I think it stifled him. He's struggling in this side. But I look at the danger. The only danger to me, what West Ham are producing, when I've seen clips of him, is actually down the right-hand side through Wan-Bissaka and Jared Bowen. I think that's where the problem comes. And you've got to remember what Wan-Bissaka does. He comes down that wing. He goes past players. He wants the ball. And he's now getting, where he didn't used to do it at United, get behind defences and cross the ball to create opportunities. So that's the threat. That has to be nullified. But you have to look at who's going to stop him. And we've got two players who I don't believe, right, are it in any form whatsoever. And that's Dorgu and Dalot. They've got to keep that side quiet. So, well, Dalot, if he plays on that side, or if Mazraoui plays there, it's the wing-back role I worry about when Wan-Bissaka comes running down that wing. That has to be stopped because that's their danger.
I have to put it right as well. Got beat by West Ham twice last season, didn't we?
Yeah, it seemed to be a bit of a bogey side at the moment. But, I look at it and I just say to myself, why are fans worrying? But I don't think fans are worrying about this. I think fans are demanding a win, and it's expected.
Yeah, it's also demanding the wins, but I think a lot of fans, including ourselves, don't really see any consistency in a run of wins at the moment with United. The proof's not there yet.
Well, the proof's not there. No, I don't see any consistency. No one out there does. No one out there sees consistency. The stats tell you. Look at the figures. It's not there. What you want is consistency, and that's what I'm demanding. And if people are demanding European football, they too should be demanding that we have to win these 3 games. And that's West Ham, Wolves and Bournemouth. No ifs, no buts. So for me, consistency, we've never seen it. Never seen it under Amorim. That's a fact. That's not me having a go. It's a fact. But we want to see it change. And the opportunity is here now.
Talk about opportunities. And if these 2 players, which were unnamed by Amorim, don't make it for the squad against West Ham, that might give opportunity for some of the youngsters to actually come into the matchday squad, because United's head of player development, Travis Binion, said today that it's better for Shea Lacey's development currently that he trains with the first team and instead skips actually under 21 games. Yeah,
it's okay bringing in academy players, young players into the squad, but any young players what come in will be on the bench. And Rúben Amorim did say in his press conference, I don't know when I'll be able to give him a chance, especially Lacey. So for me, he's not thinking of bringing any of these youngsters into the starting 11 and giving them a chance, because he himself, Rúben Amorim, says, I don't know when I can give him a chance.
Jason Haynes says, hi guys, Manchester boy here from Stockport. Watching you from the Philippines, love your content. Was wondering why we don't try Mainoo or Ahmad as a striker. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions are in the live chat and that comment section on that one.
Well, you might get Mainoo in the side if Bruno's out. You just don't know. If 2 main players, this is the thing, if 2 main players are very doubtful, as Rúben Amorim said, then you just don't know. That Mainoo might come into the side. Mason Mount might get on the pitch, might get the starting 11 alongside Cunha as well. So you just don't know. And I think, well, I tell you what, I'm really anticipating. I can't wait now. Now I'm talking about it. Can't wait for that team sheet to come out to see what the starting 11 is.
Jason Shane as well. Welcome to our members club. Thanks for your support, my mate, and everyone else out there. Zirkzee, big chance for him again, getting on the score sheet against Palace.
Yeah, well, the only way we're all going to know what's going on with Zirkzee is if he starts tomorrow. And if he gets on the score sheet, and he should get on the score sheet, really, there should be opportunities for him. He needs a run of games, and let's hope he takes the opportunity. Scored a cracking goal, and I mean a cracking goal against Crystal Palace. Let's hope he gets in that box a lot more But then that's down to the people behind him, the people who supply him. And like I say, the main point about the game against West Ham is not who's in the starting 11. It's all about being on the front foot. And if they're on the front foot, then Zirkzee should receive the ball more often than he has been doing.
Stephanie Griffiths says United need to be on it from the minute 1 to the 95. No more slip-ups and excuses. Life on Paul says people are saying give Mainoo a chance, but meanwhile, people are cooking Yoro for making typical mistakes.
Yeah, but he's a young player. He's made mistakes. So for me, people getting on his case, that's just typical of what's out there. That's social media, the hate. That's the mainstream media. They like to build up a little story and try and sort of like nice and slowly build it up. So they're just waiting for one thing, like Yoro being dropped, something like that, makes another mistake, and it's a pile-on. They've not had the chance to pile on many players. So for me, I don't know. Yoro for me should always be in that starting lineup because he's a decent player and he's only going to get better. And when you sign these young players, when you sign them, you've got to play them and you've got to accept that young players do make mistakes like anybody else.
Stephanie says there's only 43 likes on the video, but there's over 211 watching. Start smashing that like button.
Yes.
It helps to support the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'd be much appreciated if you do. Subscribe as well if it's your first time watching. Simply Dread from our members club says Ligt and Yoro have been a bit sketchy since the Spurs game, but they was good up until then.
Well,
I think Delikt's been good. I think Delikt's been really consistent this season. Obviously, you factor in Yoro at Crystal Palace. I understand that point of view, but like we've mentioned today, he's a young lad. Mistakes will happen, and it's just about getting behind him, supporting him.
Yeah, but I think it goes into the Everton game. I think it's the Everton game where you look at Ligt and Yoro. But like I've said before, in that game, it looked like a lot of players were sort of playing to what Rúben Amorim said. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Rúben Amorim wants me to do this. Let the other players do what they're told. Robots, that's how it looks as though they were playing. So they were guilty, a lot of the players, and Ligt and Yoro have not really been creative and not going past players. And I've seen Yoro and I've seen Ligt sort of stop and pass the ball. And we don't need any of that. They have to keep going forward and drive forward because West Ham, for instance, they will sit back. I don't see what their game plan is. I don't see how they're going to come out and attack United at all. I think they'll just try and have the odd breakaway. So United, Ligt and Yoro have to go forward instead of trying to mark one player like they did against Everton. And maybe that's what he was getting at there with the Ligt and Yoro comments.
What do you think out there? Is it a bit too early for Martinez to start, or we're looking more towards maybe the Wolves and Bournemouth game here at Old Trafford? Let us know in the chat. Thomas, let's get your second name, my mate. Yeah, Thomas Hansen says it's only one loss in the last 7 matches. That's form.
Yeah, that's form, but it's also disappointing when you look back. And I gave my opinion just before, and I've given it a few times, right? My opinion is we've dropped 7 points. So, you know, losing one game, yeah, you can point to that as a stat and all that. But I'm very disappointed. I was absolutely gutted at Forest and at Spurs not winning them games because I did believe we had the momentum going forward and absolutely devastated like everyone else against Everton. So it's the points what matter at this stage. We have to be up there. We would have been in the top 4. And that's what disappoints me more because we dropped points when we should have gained them and we can't afford to drop any more silly points.
Yeah, if Bruno is one of them players who's a doubt that Amorim mentioned in his press conference and doesn't make the game, that will bring an opportunity surely then to Kobbie Mainoo, which I think a lot of fans want to see as well.
Yeah, listen, Kobbie Mainoo, is he staying, is he going? That's another debate. Does he deserve an opportunity? Every player deserves an opportunity. And I have said you cannot get rid of players in January because injuries and suspensions will come up. And now we have it out the horse's mouth. Rúben Amorim, we have 2 major doubts. 2 players who make this team tick. So Kobbie Mainoo, listen, if he gets in, okay, simple as, he has to grab this chance, right, and make it work for him, because the opportunity he's had, only little bits, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes, couple of minutes the other day, not looked good at all. But then who has looked good coming on as substitutes? Who has turned the game round? So if Kobbie Mainoo gets on that pitch, in that starting 11, in that position, there's only one thing he can do. Force Bruno out the team and perform. Perform like we know you did 18 months ago. That's what he has to do. There's no ifs, no buts. Force Bruno out of this team.
Could get used to this. A lot of comments coming through and a mix of opinions, which is good to see. Keep getting them in. Frogman says, I want to see a quicker passing game from United and going forward quicker. Another comment's come through. Going the match tomorrow with my young lad, Danny from Dublin. Great show, as always. Big win tomorrow and let's kick on.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Big win tomorrow. Let's kick on. But players, I've just got to go back to grabbing the chance. And that's what it's about. What you want to see, right? You want to see players grabbing the chance when given it, okay? You want 2 players for each position, and we haven't got that, okay? But Mainoo's got that, and he's got a big problem. So he has to lift himself up now. If it is Bruno, grab it and don't let it go. And then you turn around and say, right, well, what can you do? Bruno can't get in the team because Mainoo's performing. And I, for one, will be delighted if Mainoo performs, because that means we've got a player what's playing better than Bruno. Who can argue with that?
Yeah. Lorraine Hinchcliffe says this season could go either way still. Come on, United. And the fixtures tell you that, don't they, with other teams this season?
Well, that's the worry. That's the worry about the 3 games. It can go either way. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying it's these 3 games what are going to tell me whether United can get an opportunity to challenge to be in the top 4 and get into Europe. And if they fail this test, then I'll go back to my previous comments last year, this year. Up and down, inconsistent. That's where United will be. Hopefully finish 8th. That's what I said.
Urban Bars says the comeback against Palace should give us the confidence over the next few matches. True grit is what matters. Let's batter the hammers.
Well, it's work rate. You talk about true grit, work rate. Yes, that win should lift Man United, beating Palace. No one expected us to go to Palace. I didn't expect us to win, to be honest. I did say it. Kieron was the same. Everyone out was there. I did not see anyone leading up to that game any confidence whatsoever. But the confidence will be there within the fans and within the players in the club if we go on, beat West Ham, and then just carry that on and get 9 points out the next 3 games. It's vital we get them. It's vital. It's vital for the fans' mentality, to be honest with you, because, you know, we can't have a situation with the fans after that Everton game. I have never seen fans so down for a long time because the expectation was so high because of the way we'd been performing and getting points on the table. It was so disappointing. I don't know what will happen if it goes pear-shaped here against West Ham, because there is no way. They, like I said at the beginning, they concede goals, and we've got to put goals past them. And the only way we're going to do that is the work rate and by being on the front foot.
Yeah, you want to see more confidence, especially when we played Brighton. I thought every player played with confidence that game instead of playing where it's looking like, you know, they're just scared of making mistakes, so to speak, and that was the focus. I want to see that same confidence and the intensity level against West Ham.
I think it was the work rate. I think it was the fight. I think once United got back to 1-1 at Crystal Palace, the fight was there. But I also got to reiterate, it wasn't all about United. It wasn't all about United. Yeah, you can have confidence from the win, but the performance, 90 minutes, I don't think it was a great performance. I think you have to put a lot of that down to Crystal Palace sort of fading. They were tired. The inexperience of them playing in Europe actually contributed to their first half performance. They came out all guns blazing and they had plenty of opportunities, but then they faded because they were tired because of what had been going on with the European trip and that. So for me, yes, the confidence is there. But listen, it's all about work rate now and just being on the front foot.
Yeah, I did mention actually, didn't he, after the Palace game, that at half-time, he actually said to the players about Palace that they would fade because they'd played in the midweek in Europe as well.
Yeah, well, that annoyed me because it was like Rúben Amorim was relying on them fading. So where was the talk of how he was going to change it tactically and everything else like that? Because it was poor and we should have done better. But Palace are a good side at home, we all know that. But to hear him just sort of like mentioning, let's hope that we're hoping that they tire, so we should get back into the game. That for me, bit strange to be honest with you.
Yeah, going back into the chat, Thomas Hansen says, when we click in attack, it's fun to watch, but we need to up the team defending. How do you think we defend as a team, or defend as a back three, back five?
Up and down, innit? You just never know what you're getting with this side. But listen, there's no talk about defending against West Ham. You know, yeah, you'll have moments and all that, right? But I don't want to see our defence back in our box on the 18-yard line, consistently being there. I want our defence going forward. I want our wing backs running down that wing. That's what I want to see. If I see our defence falling back and being in our box, I will be fuming. I will not be happy. And most people out there won't be happy because the opportunity's there and you've got to grab it. This is a poor West Ham side. There's no ifs or buts about it.
Yeah, and one of the criticisms last time out at Old Trafford against Everton was, you know, down to 10 men, Everton. You didn't see the left or the right centre-back pushing up into midfield to actually create attacks as well, or be the extra man in midfield. So we do need to see that against West Ham. And when Man United do have good performances or good moments in games, it's when them centre-backs actually do push up into midfield and being real aggressive.
Well, that's what people want. They want to see aggression. They want to see aggression, not just from the full-backs or the... we want to see more aggression. We don't really see that much of it. But we've got him back, and maybe he starts against West Ham. Martinez. And if you see Martinez there, then he will push forward and he will get Dalot and Yoro pushing forward. That's what you want. And he will get the wing back pushing forward. He won't want him under his feet. He will want to give that ball forward to the wing back and to Zirkzee if Zirkzee is the striker.
Simply Dread from our members club says, we're doing great with what we have. Imagine if we had two proper central midfielders as well. Paul Taylor says, Xmas period will about confirm where we'll end up. Probably a couple of places either way. Top six I'm going for. We're
doing great with what we've got. Two midfielders. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'll tell you what we need is two wing backs. We'd be doing great if we had two wing backs doing the job. And they perform poorly. He talked about Dalot today. He was asked about Dalot, shall I say. Very important player. That's what he said about Dalot. You know, gets about the pitch, gets stuck in and all that is important to the team. But he also did say he has to improve. Like every other player has to improve.
Stephanie comes back and says, front foot United is rare, but defo needed a release. Defo needs to release that handbrake.
Well, that is true. It's rare. And I don't understand why it's rare, why United aren't on the front foot. We've seen some good performances at home. Let's get the Everton game out of the way. But there have been some good performances and they need to be on the front foot. They need to be on the front foot when they play away as well. We need to start dominating long periods of the game, and we're only having moments. And the only way you dominate games is by being on the front foot where other teams fear you.
Yeah, Gary Monaghan says, let's get back to if we concede, we can always score more now. And that's what we've done in the summer by adding Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko as well. You know, fans and myself, we expect goals now.
Listen, if we concede, you can't expect United to keep coming back. Very rare that United go a goal behind and then end up winning a game. It's not in this team. It's not in the DNA. It's not in the setup. It doesn't work. The players are not good enough. They're only moments in games. They do not dominate long periods of games, whether it's the first half or the second half. So it's very difficult for this side, the way they operate and sometimes the way they slow the game down. and not go forward and do the automatic pass. Players want to do 2 or 3 touches when they should be releasing the ball straight away. So for me, dominate games. United can't dominate games, but they've got to improve.
Yeah, we were just mentioning about conceding there in the chat. You know, one of them players, let's hope as well, isn't the goalkeeper, Lemans, what Rúben Amorim mentioned about the 2 doubts for West Ham, because, you know, for me, he's steady. He's come in there. No one's been like irate about any goals that we've conceded, you know, pointing the finger at him. He's come in there doing the basics right for me. But for him then to drop out, and you've got the likes of Bayındır coming in, I mean, he's not had a great start at all to his United career, Bayındır.
Well, I wouldn't worry if it is Lemans. I wouldn't worry. Why should you be worrying? It's not as though West Ham are going to be like doing 30 shots on our goal, is it? That's not what we're all expecting. The form of West Ham, the mood in the West Ham camp doesn't say they're going to come up here, right, and totally dominate a game of football where they're going to pepper Man United's goal. So I think, really, if it is Lemans, bringing in a goalkeeper shouldn't worry.
I think it'd give teams confidence. That's just my opinion. If there was a change in goal with Bayındır coming in, and it'd affect us, I think, as well, on set pieces, and that would be a tactic from West Ham as well to make sure they do something positive from set pieces, because he's all over the place, Bayındır, from set pieces. So for me, let's hope, fingers crossed, the keeper's definitely in for tomorrow.
I think the big worry, if it is a goalkeeper change, is the set pieces. That's where I would worry. But I wouldn't worry about West Ham ripping United's defence apart, because I don't see them setting up to be all-out attack anyway, because the last thing they want to do is to be wide open and concede any more goals than what they've already done. I mean, they've conceded 27, and that's a hell of a lot of goals.
Yeah, but I think you would see 30, 35-yard shots, though, from West Ham if Bayındır's in goal, because like I say, I think it just give the opposition more confidence. But let me know what you think in the chat. Ray Carl Brown says he's off to the match tomorrow, so hopefully you have a great day, my mate, and we come away with the 3 points. Also, thanks for your super chat. He says, I want to see us on the front foot tomorrow. I am in the north stand and I will be shouting loud. I hope you do, my mate, and keep that atmosphere going.
Yeah, well, every fan going tomorrow will be confident, just like Ray is there, and there's no reason not to be confident. And the thing is, the players, the manager and everything have to turn that poor performance around against Everton, right? And just thrash West Ham. Give the fans something to shout about. They deserve it. We cannot have another performance. Every fan going to the game against Everton, they were all up for it. And that's the annoying thing about it. They were all up for it, mad, really going for it, thinking, right, 3-4-0 and all that, you know, on the back of the results what they'd had. And it was so disappointing. So the fans deserve something. So let's hope we do get the win. Because I'll tell you now, if they don't win on the back of that Everton loss, the fans will not be happy, and quite rightly so.
Yeah, it'd be a real kick in the teeth, to be honest with you. I'm not thinking anything other than a Manchester United win, because that's what I'm demanding. I want them to show some confidence and some consistency now going into these fixtures up until Christmas.
Demanding.
We have to.
It's not a matter of hope. We're demanding the wins. We're demanding the 3 points. Anyone thinking of European football, right? I'm telling you, you can completely forget it if we don't get the points what we should be getting over the next 3 games. And if we lose against West Ham, you tell me what the confidence is going to be like, because that crowd will hammer them, and quite rightly so.
You're going to stick your neck out for a score prediction tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to stick my neck out. 3-0.
3-0 to United.
I'm going 3-0. I see no reason whatsoever, right, to think it's going to be a close run game, 1-0 or anything like that. And like I say, my only problem, looking at that West Ham team, where the threat will come from, and it'll come down that wing from Wan-Bissaka and Bowen. But for me, 3-0, no ways about it. We should be thrashing this team tomorrow.
Frogman says 3-0 as well tomorrow. Lorraine says United defo got to just go for it. I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United, but it'd be interesting to see tomorrow further updates on them 2 player doubts that Amorim mentioned in his press conference, and if they'll be fit or not. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not like Bruno, etc.
Yeah, but fingers crossed that they are fit. But it shouldn't make a difference because lots of players, Rúben Amorim said, right, he plays them out of position, right? And players should be able to play in different positions. So, yeah, they might be vital players, but the players what are on the sidelines or have only had bit part players, you and I think they're good players. So it shouldn't really affect against a poor side like West Ham. So all they've got to do, start on the front foot and carry on.
If it's someone like Casemiro, though, and you bring in Agati in, who, for me, expected a hell of a lot more from Agati this season because his performances have just fell off a cliff. So it'll be interesting to see, like I say, the updates and the actual team news ahead of that game. And I'm confident that we will get the 3 points. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are going into this game as well. Big shout out to everyone that likes, hypes, and subscribes to the channel. And we'll be back straight after the game with the 3 points. You're going with a 3-0, a 2-1.
Well, I'm going with 3-0. But I've just seen there, 14 away from 100 likes. So you carry on pressing that like button out there for us because it does us a big favour.
I didn't think your eyesight was that good, to be honest with you.
It's improving. It's improving.
I get older.
It's improved, but it only improved when I need it to improve.
Yeah, just like the ears as well.
Correct.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. You take care, and we'll see you straight after the game tomorrow. Much love.